Welcome to the ESP Evaluation System On-Demand Video Orientation. My name is Tony Rader, and I work at the Department of Professional Learning. This class focuses on the reasons for developing a new evaluation tool for ESPs. We will also compare the new tool with the previous version of the evaluation. At the end of the class, we will cover the 4 ESP evaluation standards and components. Washoe County School District understands the value of ESPs and knows that ESPs are essential in supporting the education of all students. The previous version of the ESP evaluation tool was developed in the early 90s, and it needed to be updated. In the 2015-2016 school year, a large committee of staff members representing all ESP job groups developed a new evaluation tool. Committee members researched ESP evaluation tools from school districts around the nation. The end product is a unique evaluation tool that incorporates the best features of all the documents that the committee studied. Although the ESP evaluation tool uses the same format as other Washoe County School District employee groups evaluations, the content of the new document is aligned to the roles and responsibilities of ESPs. If I and another administrator used the previous tool to evaluate you, it is likely that you would receive different ratings from each evaluator. The new evaluation tool increases the level of objectivity to the evaluation. It brings a more fair and consistent process, regardless of supervisor or role. Later in this class, we will explore the reasons for the increased level of objectivity with the new evaluation tool. The new tool is designed to promote opportunities for conversations between the evaluator and employee about professional growth and professional learning opportunities. This is the former evaluation tool. Let's say that a supervisor is using this tool to evaluate an employee on Performance Factor 11, Quality of Work. Does this tool provide information about what the performance factor looks like at the commendable level, at the competent level, and so on? Since the previous evaluation tool lacked detailed information about work performance expectations, it was difficult for evaluators to agree on the expectations for each performance level. As a result, it was likely that 2 different evaluators would give an employee different ratings. In comparison with the new evaluation tool, previous evaluations were inconsistent. Furthermore, since the previous tool didn't include a description for each performance standard, it was difficult for an employee to discuss his or her professional growth with the supervisor. This slide shows one of the 16 components in the new evaluation tool, and it spells out what quality of work specifically looks like. With the new evaluation tool, there is a higher level of consistency between evaluators. The new tool empowers ESPs. You can use it as a basis for discussing the next steps for professional growth with your supervisor. The evaluation plans for newly hired ESPs, employees who have transferred into new positions, and post-probationary ESPs are housed in an online platform called MyPGS. PGS stands for Professional Growth System. During the second part of this class, you will learn how to sign in to MyPGS, download a copy of the evaluation tool, and complete the evaluation process. There will be opportunities for you to attend open labs and ask any questions that you may have about the evaluation tool and MyPGS. In May, you will meet with your supervisor to review your evaluation, and you will sign your evaluation in MyPGS. You will no longer sign a paper copy of your evaluation. If you want to, you may print a copy of your evaluation from MyPGS. Evaluations are due on May 31st. The new ESP evaluation tool is organized into 4 standards. Standard 1, Planning and Process Implementation. Standard 2, General Work Performance. Standard 3, Communication and Collaboration. Standard 4, Professional Responsibility. Here are the 4 standards again, divided into components. Each standard has 3 to 5 components. Although the new document is longer than the previous single-page document, the new tool actually contains fewer components than the previous tool. The previous tool contained more than 20 components, while the new tool contains a total of only 16. This slide shows the performance indicators for Standard 1. Performance indicators can help us better understand the expectations for performance. Here, we can read about the performance expectations at the highly effective and effective levels for each of the 4 components in Standard 1. Most employees do not receive evaluations at the highly effective level for all of the components all of the time. This is because our job roles and tasks continually change. We are given the opportunity to grow professionally as we take on new responsibilities. You will notice that the descriptions for highly effective performance includes terms such as always, exceptional, and proactive. The effective level often includes the word consistently. Please take a few moments to read the performance indicators for Standard 1. As you read, think about how you can apply this information in the workplace. This slide shows the performance indicators for Standard 2. You may wonder what is meant by the term fidelity. This part of Component 2A means that job-specific strategies, processes, and procedures are completed correctly and accurately. Please take a few moments to read these performance indicators. As you read, think about how you can apply this information in the workplace. This slide shows the performance indicators for Standard 3. Some employees have wondered what is meant by the term stakeholders in Component 3B. The component's description answers this question. Stakeholders include parents, students, staff, and community members. Please take a few moments to read these performance indicators. As you read, think about how you can apply this information in the workplace. This slide shows 3 of the performance indicators for Standard 4. Component 4A refers to attendance and punctuality. Expectations include proactively planning absences from work, arranging for coverage when needed, and providing reasonable notice for absences or tardiness. The term reasonable notice means that you notify your supervisor of any absences as far in advance as possible. You are entitled, of course, to use any comp time, vacation leave, personal days, and other days that you may have accrued. Component 4B refers to federal laws, state laws, district policies, and department or school policies that apply to your job. The Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, is an example of a federal law that applies to all positions in the district. In Component 4C, the term resources applies to physical resources such as equipment, buildings and supplies, and personnel resources. Please take a few moments to read these performance indicators. As you read, think about how you can apply this information in the workplace. This slide shows the last two performance indicators for Standard 4. Component 4E refers to commitment to students. This component reminds us that, regardless of our role in the district, we all contribute to student success. Many ESPs, including secretaries, custodians, and bus drivers, have developed positive relationships with students. Please take a few moments to read these performance indicators. As you read, think about how you can apply this information in the workplace. Please type any questions that you may have about the ESP evaluation system on this web page.